I'm going to use the exact same approach I used with my selection sort theory with insertion sort, but it's still going to be 10 random numbers, except it's going to be insertion sort. So to do this, there we go. We start with our for loop, integer I equals 0. Oh, did you catch my mistake? I starts at 1 because we're progressing through in that first position. I becomes less than numbers.length. That's where it'll end. I plus plus. And we need to make sure we do our comment. Even though there's not as much code in this one, it's still important to do that. Integer, we're going to call it current element equals numbers of I. And then we also create integer j. This is where our second for loop comes in that searches through, moves things down appropriately until it doesn't need to anymore, then drops the current element where it belongs. So for j equals I minus 1, because it will start at that position, j continues running until while it is still greater than or equal to 0, and numbers of j is greater than the current element. That means that the number is still higher, it keeps moving down. J decreases throughout the run. And this just simply moves it down. Numbers of j plus 1 equals numbers of j. This just keeps moving it down the line, as my Excel document demonstration showed. Once we're no longer able to do that, we can plop down our current element. The code is a lot shorter. Again, you are expected to memorize this. And there it is. So we had 2 7s. So 7, 7, 12, 16, 35, 38. Move it right in order. Let's see if we can get one without double numbers. We still got a couple double numbers, but you see how it properly organizes it. If there are repeat numbers like that, check it out how numbers of j has to be greater than the current element. It doesn't specifically, in this instance, shuffle those numbers in any particular order. It'll just be depending on how it's sorting. Guess that this 83 is the second one and this 83 is the first one. And that right there is the insertion sort. And all we're going to learn about was single dimensional arrays.